Welcome back, folks, to a brand new video on Helldivers 2. Well, Tuesday came and went, divers, and there was no patch update. We did get ourselves a little hyped up over the last week or so, as we've seen so many comments from the community managers, the developers, and even new CCO Johan talking about patches and what they want to bring and what they're currently working on as well. Even though we haven't had any updates, we haven't had an update for 2 weeks now, I do see this as something positive. We can only look forward to the next patch update whenever that is though, but with Johan in his new position and the communication he has been having with all players via X and Discord and a few other avenues, my hopes are up to see some good things coming out in the next few patch updates. So if you're excited to see what the patch updates are going to be like, hit that like and subscribe button to keep spreading democracy. The major order has gone brilliantly, divers. We're currently sat at 100% on all 3 planets, but I do think we will see some sort of overthrow due to having just under a day left on it. This has happened in the past as well, if you can remember, with a few major orders where we lost over 55% liberation in just the space of a few hours. So it wouldn't surprise me if Joel sends us a little tasty threat from Meridia, as obviously the super colony now is spreading its wings like anything, and we will have more bugs and Helldivers to look at. And we've also had Coretta Kelly as well telling us regarding the instance with the dark fluid and what's going on Meridia, so I think that's going to be a little bit tasty going into the next week or so with what's going to happen there. But we also have a brand new operation to go along with the major order, divers, and this is Enduring Peace Phase 1, where we need to address the super colony over Meridia and destroy it completely. To do that, Moridesh is currently being used to weaponize a highly classified experimental substance known as dark fluid, which, if you can actually cast your minds back to a few videos ago, I do actually have the picture by here. We saw a beautiful render of this dark fluid. I do think that we'll be using the dark fluid in some sort of pesticide mission, which could be similar to how we did the TCS. I'm really looking forward to these missions, if they are these, as the TCS missions are some of my favourite in the entire game. We have also finally now seen the Illuminate pop up in-game messages and briefs, as you can see right here. Dark fluid is a form of synthesized exotic matter, liberated from the Illuminate following the First Galactic War. Even though this is just a throwaway line, I'm just happy to see that they're now being mentioned in story beats. If you go back to the leaks as well of around about a month or so ago, we have seen that the Illuminate was supposedly going to come in June. And obviously, with it being Wednesday the 29th of May, we got 2 days until we are in June. So fingers crossed the leaks can be judged correctly and we see the Illuminate within the next week or two. Hell, it may even be with the brand new war bond, who knows. Now, for the rest of the video, divers, we are going to be looking at snippets of a very large post that Arrowhead's new CEO, Jorjani, put out. As you can see, it is a huge post. The first 10 paragraphs are Jorjani introducing himself, his businesses, his career, which is actually a very good read, and I've left the link below for you folks if you want to give it a full once over, which I actually do implore you to go and do because it is a great post. But what caught my eye is what Jorjani says about Sony. Keep working closely with Sony and improve the game for as many people as possible. They're an amazing partner, and we really wouldn't have had Helldivers 2 if it wasn't for them. From a business point of view, I understand Jorjani saying this, as Sony is their publisher. But the whole Sony PSN linking drove away so many players from the game, and it still leaves a sour taste in players' mouths. This isn't going to go away for a long time, and gamers are getting fed up with companies like Sony, who don't seem to care for their gamers. They will sell you all the consoles and accessories they want, but then tell game developers what they want added into the games and that gamers don't matter. I genuinely do believe that this is how these companies see all gamers. They just do not care. They just see them as, oh, that's more money for us. But the gamers are the ones who have the true power, and we've seen it with Helldivers 2, and I do think we're going to see it with League of Legends, which that's another video for another day. But I'll just say it now, League of Legends are releasing a $500 skin. It's insane and absurd. But like I said, another video, another day. But with all of this, to add with what we've seen from the developers on updates and the work they're currently doing, Jorjani does say our singular focus as a studio is to set things up in a sustainable way so that in the long term we can make more and better stuff. For me, that is amazing, and I do think that they can actually do it. If they're able to keep the game going with a good ongoing storyline, bringing in new elements for game missions and mechanics, hell, even to an extent DLC, but I'm not talking about Warbond DLC. I'm talking about genuine, downloadable content, which I would like to see Arrowhead is bringing cutscenes for the stories. I truly believe that this would go over brilliantly with the entire community. Could you just imagine, you're there now, you're playing, you finished a mission, major orders just finished, and all of a sudden, you get a cutscene. I think that would be absolutely fantastic. It can be live action, you know, like we talked about with Command & Conquer, or it could even be CGI, where on Reddit and on YouTube at the moment, there's one guy, his link will be below for you, and I'll show a little clip here now on screen. This is absolutely just beautiful. This is amazing. And this guy has gone and just done this, on his own accord. It's just brilliant. I think they could do something like that, and hell, who knows, they maybe even make some, polish that and make that a little bit better than what it already is. If they can do that, I can see Helldivers 2 having a good shelf life. Let us know what you think about this down below, divers, and let's keep spreading democracy.